Hi.
My name is Tal Bendrol. I'm 31 years old. I'm going to share with you what happened in the party of the Nova Festival in October 7th from my eyes. We've been around 15 people, and we came with a minibus from Azul. We arrived around 2 a.m. and we waited for other friends of us. Eventually, we started dancing around 6 a.m. in the morning. We saw it's a big festival. I didn't know the numbers of the audience. It was there were thousands of people, but there were also policemen and security and paramedics. So I felt safe. And around 6:30 or 6:40, I think, we started to see rockets in the sky. We knew the Iron Dome is doing a great job. We saw it, but we saw there were many rockets. I understood at this level that the party is over, but I was still calm. My service was around Gaza, near Gaza, so I was used to it. I wasn't panicked. Then I saw some security guys started shouting and waving with his hands. And they said on the mic, "People, the party's over, you have 15 seconds, go away from here." And then we went to our place where all our stuff was, and we started packing our things, and we waited for the minibus driver. He arrived around 20 minutes after, but then we decided to wait because we knew there's going to be a lot of traffic and people will drive like crazy because everyone is panicked. So we decided to wait. Afterwards, it was a smart decision because of what happened there with the cars. So we waited, and then when we went up to the minibus and sat there, some guys started shouting, "Terrorists are on the way, run for your lives." Everything happened really fast. We ran so fast and we split. We were 5 people running with many other people. And then we heard a lot of shooting close to us. And we saw someone got wounded in her leg. She got two shots in her leg. And then we started to hide. We hid in the bushes. And after a few minutes, we started running again because they started shooting again. And I saw some guys helping to the girl who got the shots. And we ran like this, I think, around 3 hours. We hid in the bushes, we hid behind trees, we hid everywhere possible, but we kept on moving. That was our smart decision also, and our luck as well, because we heard the shooting really close to us all the time. We were so many people and so many people crying and shouting. At this time, I was busy of making sure my family is not panicked because my father had a heart attack a week ago. So I played like everything is cool. I acted like everything is okay. I was available while I was under fire. And when they called, I just hanged up immediately, that they won't hear any shooting or any crying or any shouting. And I didn't look back. I was afraid to look back. My friend who was behind me saw them. They were really close to us. We were running at the terrible road with the cars, with no one inside, that they were destroyed from shooting. And I saw blood, but I really tried not to look down, that I won't see any dead bodies. I just look at my friends that this way, and that's it. Um, and then we found another friend of us, and we walked together. He had a shluker in his bag, so we had some water because it was really, really hot. I think we were hundreds of people running together with one policeman who looked desperate, and we had no idea what we were gonna do. Someone told us to go to Patish, but we saw in the Google map it's 15 kilometers from here, and we ran already something like 7 kilometers. So we were afraid that we won't make it. After 3 hours, we saw some cars on the right side on the road, just waiting. And my friend said, "Let's go there. Maybe we can get some help. We won't stay alive if we won't get out of here without a car." At the beginning, no one wanted to go. They were afraid. At the second time, I told him, "I think it's a logical statement. Let's do it." And then our friends agreed also, and we ran to them like 10 minutes. The IDF told them already to go away, but my friend waved with his hands, and this way they saved us. They were producers of the Midburn Festival who came to prepare the area, and they just came to save people. They drove with their car to save people, and they saved us. We went to a farm in Tal Or, and we hid there for 6 hours. It was a miracle because other farms got destroyed. The terrorists came there really quickly and slaughtered people, and we just had luck. We sat there with the ducks and the horses, and just hearing bombs exploding, but no shooting anymore. At this level, they gave us charger, water, food, mental support, everything. We were really confused at this time. We didn't know what's going on with our other friends. We had friends that came independently by car, not with the minibus. My sister called the police so many times, and the police told her, "We're desperate." That was the answer. We waited, and they didn't come. Eventually, what we did, our decision was to go away independently with the cars of the producers, because the only guy there who had an arm decided to leave. And I told them to stay in that farm between Patish and Reim at the evening all alone. It's a suicide. We won't do that. So we drove, and it worked. And we got home to the center of Israel around 7 p.m. And then we heard more and more about our friends. One got injured from RPG in his back. And we still didn't have any answers about one of our friends, Sharona, one of our friends that came with the car, and also our driver. Only a week after that, we understood that our friend died, and our driver also. I thought it's gonna be a collective miracle of all our group, but it didn't. And we have so many other stories that our friends. We had two friends that couldn't run, so we put them on a car of some people. But we still don't understand how it happened, since the party was authorized by the IDF and the police. If not, I wouldn't go. And we still can't even understand this genocide that happened.
All that time you've been with your family in the phone? Yeah?
by by via WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
When they called me, I told them not now, bye, and hung up. And if they started crying, I got angry. I couldn't I couldn't put my emotions. Um, I was like a machine at that point. Um, we had friends that crying, and I was the one that needed to stay strong, and even to have like black humor, and started saying what an experience. We're like partisans. What an experience to tell our grandchildren. But I would prefer to give up on that experience. That's for sure. Um, yes, I was really available because I knew how scared they were. They wrote to me messages. We heard terrorists are there, and they knew I'm at that party. I couldn't not to. I couldn't.
Did you see a terrorist or not at all?
I didn't see. The friend behind me saw them. It was like a Sodom and Amora. I didn't want to look back. I was afraid that if I look, I would be his. He would put his eyes on me, and that's it. That's how I felt. But they were just behind my back.
Tell me what was the hardest moment for you?
At the time,
Yeah.
I think the second we ran through the cars, even more than the injured girl, her screaming and everything was really hard. But running through those cars, it felt like an illusion, like I was in some kind of horror movie. To see all those cars with no people inside, with the doors open, smashed, bleeding, a lot of people. And all I said, don't look right, don't look left, just straight forward. And I felt the dead bodies even though I didn't see them. I felt it. I felt the environment of death. Of so many young people who just wanted to celebrate life. These people, when you go to that kind of party, you know how people spread love to each other. Everyone is friend of everyone. And it's very ironic that it happened in a party like this. It's very ironic. The hatred, it's like the total opposite. But I look at our story as a miracle. I look at it as a miracle. We survived.
Tell me what is going on when you came home. What was going on there? How you felt, your family, your friends.
I think I was awake for 30 hours and I could sleep only 3. I felt the adrenaline and the cortisol. I felt it. I was prepared for the terrorists even when I was already safe. My family was really excited to see me. My sister cried. My nephew started asking me questions that I didn't know how to answer them yet. And they were really worried about me. But I've got so much love from people, and so many people cared, and I feel really lucky about it. It took time. It still takes time to move on. I don't think it's really possible at the moment. We're still at the war, and we hear the horror stories here every day, and each one has a friend who lost someone or family member who lost someone. And it's not only that, they did it in a sadistic way, in a cruel way. And people compare it to a second Holocaust. And all my life I've been educated about it, that we will remember and won't forget and won't let it happen again. So we really felt abandoned. We really felt abandoned from our government. How come you approve a festival of 3,000 to 4,000 people? Where is the IDF? Where is the police? It wasn't enough. And we go a lot to the farms of the people that were saved from the party, that were saved. And
It helps.
yes, it helps. I think it's really helpful, and it shows a lot about the solidarity of our people, of the Israeli people.
Yeah.
Eventually, who saved us were resident civils. It means a lot. And I think our country is beautiful and our people are beautiful. And the way we help each other, I didn't see it in any other country, and I've lived in other country. And I can't compare nothing to that. And
Where do you live?
I lived in Brazil for 2 months, 3 months.
Ah, okay.
But yet, every time I hear stories, it's not the same as in Israel. We help each other with all our hearts. Also, my friends saved people there when they took the head of a girl that she won't fall, or my friend that brought that car, who found that car that can take our 2 friends who can't run. He saved them. And it's really ironic because before the party, my friends sent the map of the festival, and I told them I have this orientation, I will get lost. And my friend told me, "Don't worry, we put our eyes on you." I said, "Okay, now I feel safe." And they really did.
Yeah.
They really did.
And you felt safe?
With them, more than ever at this kind of situation. If I were alone, I don't know what would have happened.
How many friends were with you? 5?
We were all together 5 people. At the beginning 7, but 2 of them went with that car. And other friends had each one has different story.
Yeah.
Each one has different story. My friends are heroes. I really look at them as heroes.
And you?
Yes, but I still sometimes, I don't know how to explain, maybe like depersonalization, that I don't believe this person was me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still can't believe it was me all along. I felt sometimes pretty disconnected because I couldn't contain all that's happening. Everything happened so fast. Just a few minutes ago we danced on the stage, celebrating life. No one could ever imagine a terror attack like this.
So how do you feel in these days?
It's getting better from week to week. It's improving, but still, it's still all the time in my mind. And I still didn't get back to work. I still, what I focus on is interviewing and share my story with the world, because people from outside usually don't understand. And I think it's really important that the world will know and won't keep quiet. And also I go to volunteer.
Well.
Yes, I went twice for preparing some food for soldiers. And I really think everyone needs support at the moment. It's like a collective trauma for Israel, for all the
Yes.
Israelis.
Of course.
Also, people who weren't there, from the videos that the Hamas sent. Even at the farm, I got some video with three hostage people, kidnapped people. I was so afraid to find out my friends there. I was still in danger while I saw it. It was by accident. I didn't understand that. How I don't think we understood that level of the danger because we didn't know there were 2,000 terrorists. We didn't understand the amount or the numbers. Only when we got back home, we understood how big, how terrible it was. And each story of my friend is really shocking in a bad way.
So you have a message for the people who watch you now, all over the world?
That I really, really want to say, please, I really, really need your support because that thing is a crime against humanity. It's not about politics at the moment. It's a crime against humanity what happened. It's a genocide. And unfortunately, I had a story that my friend from abroad sent to me messages that were anti-Israeli, and she talked about the Palestinians who died. I told her I'm not happy about the Palestinians who died, but you can't ignore the Jewish blood. You can't ignore the people here that got murdered because it's anti-Semitic. And what happened in the Holocaust can happen again. And we need to avoid that. Because if not, you're next. Sorry. That's the truth. They will kill Christians as well. They killed Chinese people, Thailandian people, Arabic people. Our driver of the minibus was Arab. They didn't care about it.
Wow.
They slaughtered him.
So your friend Sharona and the driver,
Yes.
she was a good friend for you?
She was a part of our group. I know her for 6 months already. She came to celebrate 40 birthday. She has husband and 2 children. And we felt so bad about it because she loved celebrating life. She loved dancing. She went to festivals all the time. She loved music. She was such a good person. And we won't forget her.
Wow. You have something to add for the end?
I don't think so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.